Looking for revenge. All summer 16.
Hello everyone, welcome back inside the Colosseum Markham. As always, I'm your play-by-play announcer, Elias Dracos. We've got a great second semifinal matchup for you today between Team YNE and Team Southside Shuffle. For Team YNE, David Popa, a point guard currently playing at New Mexico Military College. He's a smart floor general with excellent control awareness. As for Chris Simunovic, he's a shooting guard who recently transferred to Eastern Florida State College. He's seen as one of the best shooters in Toronto. And Ryan Rudnick, a stretch four currently playing at the University of Toronto, and he's effective in both pick and roll and pick and pop situations. As for Southside Shuffle, TDOT is an athletic forward and a pure scorer who can completely take over when he finds his rhythm. O'Neal Turton, a forward currently playing at Centennial College, where he was recently named 6th Man of the Year. And finally, Isaiah Nanton, point guard currently playing at Seneca College, a disruptive on-ball defender who can generate timely steals and turn defense into offense. Just about ready to get underway here at the Colosseum Markham. Team YNE will start off with the basketball. Here is Ryan Rudnick with it. Rudnick stops up, he's going to launch. That one off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, but it is picked up by Southside Shuffle. Here's a pass, here's a three ball. That one doesn't go. And the rebound is grabbed by Popa. Popa stops up between the legs. David Popa goes right to the rim, but no good. And it looks like we have an early foul here against Southside Shuffle. So Team YNE will remain in possession with the ball. Here's Simunovic, who passes it over to Rudnick. Rudnick inside the lane. That one no good for Popa. Wanted a foul, none coming. Here's a three. That one no good. Bounces off the iron. And it's picked up by Nanton. Nanton goes right in. Nanton lays it up and in. Team Southside Shuffle have an early 2-0 lead, thanks to Isaiah Nanton. O'Neal Turton will check the ball up here. Here's Nanton. He's got a launch. Good! Isaiah Nanton, the deep three. And he's on fire to start us off here in the early stages of this one. It's 5-0 for the Shuffle. Nanton with the ball again. Nanton trying to get some space there on Simunovic. Here's Nanton. Nanton passes it over to Turton. Turton. He's going right to the rim. Turton lays it up and in. And an early start here for Team Southside Shuffle. It's 7-0. Nanton gets it over to Turton. Here's a pass to three. Good. Southside Shuffle lead 10-0, and Turton knocks down another one. Quick start here. Here is TDOT with the ball. TDOT's going to launch a three of his own. That one, though, no good. And Simunovic will try and calm things down here for his squad. Here is Popa. Popa trying to get right to the rim. Popa lays it up. That one no good. Popa gets his own rebound, and it falls through. So David Popa gives Team YNE their first points of the game. Here is Simunovic. Simunovic, who passes it over to Rudnick. Rudnick passes it. Popa's three. Good. David Popa trying to get some points back for YNE, and he cuts that deficit to 5 points. Here's a quick pass in the lane. That one is laid up and in. Little reverse there by Simunovic. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. 7-0 run for Team YNE. Here's Rudnick. Rudnick trying to get some space. Rudnick, fade away shot, no. Battle for the ball. It's rebounded, however, by Turton. Here's Turton. Turton thought about it. Between the legs, Turton trying to dance his way in there. Turton right to the rim. And that little floater is good. So that'll end the 7-0 run. It's 12-7 for Team Southside Shuffle. Here's Turton with the ball. Turton stops up, jumper, no good. Rebound by Simunovic. Simunovic gets back to the top of the key. Simunovic goes in. Oh, nice move, Simunovic. That one pops out, however. And it'll be grabbed by TDOT. Here is TDOT trying to work in the lane. TDOT! That one doesn't fall. Grabbed by Rudnick. Here's Rudnick, who passes it over to Simunovic. Simunovic back to Rudnick, the three ball. No. And it looks like he stepped out of bounds there, so tough one. Again, here in that small gym, that small court, not a lot of space to operate on the sides. Southside Shuffle has the ball. Here's Turton. Turton stops up. Turton trying to work on Rudnick. Guarded tightly, however. Turton still trying to get in there, creates the space. Turton goes up strong, no good. It's knocked out of bounds by Ryan Rudnick, however, so Team Southside Shuffle will remain with the ball here. 12-7 your score. Here is Nanton. He's going to check up. Nanton gets it back to Turton. Turton goes in. Turton with the right. That one rims around and falls through to give Southside Shuffle a 7-point lead. Here's Nanton, who passes it back to Turton. Turton, still guarded by Rudnick. Turton. Jumper. That one doesn't fall in as Simunovic grabs the rebound for YNE. Here's Simunovic, who passes it over to Popa. David Popa. Dribble drive. Popa stops. Popa gets it to fall. A tough shot there. He gets it in off the backboard. Nice play by David Popa. It's a 5-point game as Chris Simunovic gets ready to check up. Here's Rudnick. Rudnick over to Popa. Popa tries to find some space. Back to Rudnick. He's going to launch a three. That one doesn't go. He goes and gets the rebound, however. It'll be Popa with the ball. Popa between the legs. Popa. Oh, kind of lost his footing there. And it looks like we have a foul here. Both teams doing a pretty good job of staying out of foul trouble thus far, however. That'll be the third on Southside Shuffle. Again, 5 fouls gets you in the bonus, so still none committed by Team YNE. Here's Popa. Back to Rudnick. Rudnick defended by Turton, who gets it back to Popa. Popa, little mismatch there possibly as the screen came in. Here is Rudnick. Rudnick stops and he loses the ball. A nice steal there from Nanton. Isaiah Nanton tried to get it up court, but a little bit out of the reach there, so YNE will have the ball. Here's Popa. Popa goes right in. Popa denied, but it looks like there is a foul. A little bit of contact. Let's see right there, maybe. Yeah, close, but a little bit of contact, it looked like, on the hand-arm area. So Popa will have the first free throw of this game, and he knocks it down. So that'll make it a 4-point game, and Team YNE will have the basketball. Rudnick gets it back to Popa. Popa drives. Popa, jumper. That one hit both sides of the iron but couldn't fall through, so a tough one there for David Popa. And here's a 3-ball. That one doesn't go for Turton. It was close, but it was in and out of the rim, and that one now is knocked out of bounds. So Team YNE will remain in possession here. Rudnick turns and passes to Popa. Seems like a set play at this point. Here's Popa. Popa stops. Popa! That one falls through. And it's a 2-point game all of a sudden. So quite the back and forth game we've had thus far. 10-0 for Southside Shuffle. And then it became 10-7. And now we are here in a close battle. And now here's Popa. The left-handed layup is good. David Popa right to the rim. And he ties this game up. It's 14-14. What a battle this has been. David Popa providing a lot of the offense for Team YNE thus far. And you can tell maybe he's just trying to catch his breath a little bit here. A little bit out of gas, but seems to be doing a great job thus far for his side. And it looks like we're having some conversations here between some of the players. Maybe a disagreement of some sort. And everybody just trying to work things out here as cooler heads prevail. Here's Chris Simunovic, who gets it over to Rudnick. Rudnick back to Simunovic, and that one's good! Nice play getting inside the lane by Chris Simunovic, and a nice pass by Rudnick, as Team YNE have their first lead of the ball game. Simunovic getting ready to check it up. Over to Ryan Rudnick. Rudnick drives. Rudnick stops. Rudnick! No, that one doesn't fall through. Rebound grabbed by Nanton. Here's Nanton. Passes it over to TDOT. TDOT's going to launch that one off the left side of the iron. Did he save it? Yes, he did. But it's right to Team YNE. Simunovic. High bounce. He gets his own rebound. Passes it inside the lane. Popa. That one falls through. So amid all this chaos, Team YNE puts another 2 points on the board. And it's a 4-point lead for Team YNE. And we've got a timeout here now for Team YNE. So it looks like they're happy with their 4-point lead. They want to just talk things over here. So it looks like they are ready to go. Here is David Popa. Popa, Simunovic turns around and launches that one in and out. Doesn't fall through. And here's Popa, and he's going to knock that one down. Boy, it seems like David Popa's had the majority of the points for YNE, and all of a sudden, YNE's up 20-14. Team YNE 1 point away from winning this contest. Here's Ryan Rudnick. Rudnick gets it to Popa. Popa waits. Popa guarded by TDOT. Here's Popa, stops up, passes it. Rudnick doesn't fall. And here is a 3-ball. That one no good for TDOT, however, as it's passed now to Turton. O'Neal Turton. Turton. That one. Oh, that one. Talk about rimming in and out. Doesn't fall through. They wanted a travel or a foul call of some sort. Now we've got a whistle as play will stop, and all the players kind of looking around and asking, where was the call maybe? Oh, possible goaltending is the question mark. Oh boy, let's take a look. Was it a goaltend? I don't think he ever touched that ball. I think that's okay. We will find out. Ruling stands. Yes, no goaltending. So a good call from the referee to see that in real time. In the meantime, a foul was called on Team Southside Shuffle, so Rudnick could put this one away. He does. Team YNE advance to the finals.